Diáspora, Inês Vieira, New Orleans, USA. This audio is brought to you through Xonguila magazine. She left Mozambique on the 1st of January 2015, hoping that the new year would usher in a new life for her. When she began her university studies, a world of scent, rhythm and flavor opened up for her. Inês Vieira, a Mozambican chef. Inés's youthfulness gave her wings. With a degree in culinary arts and business management and a master's in world food culture and mobility, she has been hopping from one place to another since she was 20. For the moment, she has settled on the banks of the Mississippi River in New Orleans, in the United States of America. Aware that the idea she had of that country was largely shaped by the media, Inês Vieira soon realized that not everything was as she previously thought, since the messaging in films, television, and books do not reflect the whole picture. Being in New York is very different from being in Chicago or New Orleans, even though the geographical distances between them are relatively small. The style and quality of life are completely different, she tells us via a WhatsApp voice note, continuing, "I think I had more of an idea of finding a certain environment and of things being much more functional. The truth is, I live in one of the poorest states in the country, Louisiana, and there are some issues that come up that I wasn't expecting and that affect everyday life quite a bit. One of the reasons I chose to come to New Orleans was actually the gastronomy, because I had a reference with many references. I learnt a lot about the way people consume their food, and here, in the South, I found the answer to understand that better. Jambalia's dish, for example, has a connection with our well-known arroz malandrino, or tomato rice, but with more ingredients, such as vegetables, she adds. Inés's dedication to cooking was challenged when the restaurant industry took a significant hit during the COVID-19 pandemic. The gastronomy sector was, in fact, one of the most severely impacted, with thousands of restaurants closing their doors, which made Inês Vieira's career very difficult. While the young chef was rethinking her career, she decided to study again, this time for a master's degree. Although she had heard that this was a male-dominated sector, it was only whilst pursuing her love for cooking that Inés realized that being a woman, and a young one at that, was one of the biggest challenges she faced. Concerning her positioning and career development, she would like to implement a project focusing on food education, educating more people on how to eat in a varied and balanced way, focusing on locally produced ingredients. I would really like to preserve our gastronomic memory. From Nyassa to Ponta de Ouro, the chef would like to permanently capture the best of what is done in Mozambique and make everyone understand the wealth of our national flavors. How? By spending more time with those who cook our recipes. I always really like getting out of my comfort zone to learn more things. I try to follow chefs I identify with and restaurants where I can always learn. Being somewhere between academic papers, especially on topics we don't have as much knowledge of, and in conversation with other people, is the best way for me to develop. Exposing myself to difference is the best way for me to grow. Learn more at www.xonguila.co.mz or through our social media. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Telegram.